How you doing, Sneaker World? This is AC Sneaker Restoration back at you with another big show for today. Also got my co-host here, MC Streets,
What's up,
and
y'all?
also
What's up, y'all? What's up, Sneaker World? You know what I mean? Got the new AC merch on right here, promoting all that good shit. You feel me?
rocking the AC merch. And if you
Yeah.
need anything, you can feel free at the end of the show. I'll give you my contact information. If you want to purchase anything, you're more welcome to it. You know what I mean? This show is sponsored by K Spice Variety, K Spice Baskets, K Spice Baskets, diaper and cakes, wreaths and hats and scarves and set. K Spice Variety Baskets. The show is sponsored by. So,
Big,
but
big,
if you need, go ahead.
no, big up to K Spice and all that other stuff for sponsoring the show.
If you need anything like hats, scarves, Easter baskets, and anything like that, you could give her a call. You could contact her through an email at Barbara Fortes 86 at gmail.com. That's Barbara Fortes at 86 gmail.com. And our phone number is 908-404-6943. Serious inquiries only. Don't be calling her because you see her information on the screen. All right. We got a big show today. And we got a special guest going to be coming on in a little bit. You know what I mean? The Foot Prinse. And we're going to get into these sneaker releases because there's a lot of stuff going on. And we about to get ready to go into that. And we're going to talk about and see what's going on with these releases real quick. And we go from there. And just give me 1 second. We're going to get this screen going.
Again, big up to our sponsor. You know what I mean? They're getting on board. You know, Dre is a very, very good guy, bro. That's my dude right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got us all in uniform right now. So now we're gonna do this right now.
All right, we're going to talk about these releases right here. You know what I mean? What's coming out? April 25. This shoe came out yesterday. This shoe up there was the Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air Cinnabar. And the release date was yesterday. The price was $180. For me, it's okay. It's more like a chill shoe, something to wear like in the club. It's something just, you know what I mean, to wear out in the, you know what I mean, if you chilling with your peoples and everything like that. You know what I mean? Hey, MC Streets, what you feel about the Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air Cinnabar?
I'm really feeling this shoe because especially with the color wave on it, and I like the laces. You know, remember how we used to rock fat laces back in the days? Now they mix and match laces right now. You know what I mean? Gives it a nice little look. I like that color. It's a nice, fresh, clean look. I love it.
Now we're moving on. The next shoe that came out yesterday was the Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air Deep Royal Blue colorway, white, black, neutral gray, deep royal blue, and Muslim. Release date April 5th, 2025. Price is $180. It's not for me, so I'm not gonna knock anybody that want it. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get it. I like the Cinnabar better, but you know what I mean? To each his own, whatever you like. You know what I mean? Streets, what you feel about this shoe right here?
Yo, I like the reds. I like the red swoosh on that. Gives it a different little look on it with the royal blue. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's very different. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I could mess with that shoe if I wanted to do something different with it. You know what I mean? More of a basketball shoe that you go out there and look at it, but it's cool. I like it.
All right.
I like the
Well, we're
one with
gonna
the
move
red
on.
swoosh. All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I like the one with the red swoosh on it, the one he showed previously. That was fire. That gave it a different look. No, not that one. The one that you just did. Right there. The deep royal blue. Yeah, right there. That one right there. That's fire right there with the red. That gives a different context on it. Yeah.
It looked like it
I
got
like that.
like in the red, it looked like a little snake in it, but when you really
Yeah,
look at
it
it
does.
close, it's
Yeah. Yeah. Plain, but that little switch right there makes a little difference right there though.
moving on. The next release we have the Jordan Luca 4 Space Navigator. The release date for this shoe is April 8th. It's coming out. It's coming out by Tuesday. The retail price, $130. You know what I mean? What I feel about this shoe, it's not for me. This is more like for me. I'm talking about for me. I can't talk for everybody else. This is more like a running shoe, but you know what I mean? That's my personal opinion, but everybody got their own views and everything on it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Streets, what you feel about it?
Well, I think that this more looks like the Jason Tatum's, you know what I'm saying? And eh, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right, man. I think he could have came with a different design instead of that little whatever the design they have right there and putting down there that it's
Not for you.
no, no.
Yeah.
Don't like
I,
this. Don't like this too much.
and I feel you, Streets, because, you know what I mean? It's for whoever who was into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't knock nobody. Moving on. The Air Jordan Metallic Silver release date coming out April 12th, 2025. It'll be coming out, I think, by Saturday. The price, $200. The metallic silvers. It's, to me, my personal feedback and opinion on it, it's all right, but it's not something I will buy. To me, the silver looked more like snake on the side, how they got it, I guess. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Streets, what you feel about this?
Loving them. Loving that little metallic silver on there. Totally different with the white. Different. It's very different. You know what I mean? I don't like the air bubbles on the side on the heel though. You know what I'm saying? But loving the way they going with that design on it. Loving it. I love that, yo. Love it. That's something I would cop.
Moving on. The Air Jordan 1 Low OG Rookie of the Year. Color Sail, Black, Golden Harvest, Gem Red. Release date April 18th. Price $140. So this is my thing about this. You know what I mean? It's like a chill shoe. It's not something, you know what I mean? If you're going out with your people or you're going out the club or going out with your wife or your girl or anything like that, it's just something to chill in. You know what I mean? It's not something I prefer buying. That's not really the type of color I rock. You know what I mean? Not into nothing like that. But that's my opinion. Not knocking anybody that wants it. You know what I mean? But Streets, what you feel about it?
Well, I feel that if they made that into a high top and put a green on it, it would totally be different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Never liked the low top sneakers in that. They remind me of Dunks too much, and eh, that colorway, I'm not really feeling that right there. That shoe, no.
Yeah, it's not for me, but it looks like more like a skateboarder, like a
Right,
skateboard shoe. People
right.
like into skateboards and stuff. I wouldn't buy anything like that, me personally, but I'm not knocking anybody, to each his own. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on. Okay, now we got a little situation here, ladies and gentlemen, and this something got to be addressed. This don't supposed to be here. Nike
Mm.
up there playing games with us, and Nike up there doing us dirty. Because originally the release date was supposed to be for the Jordan 5 Grapes. So I'm not going to talk about this shoe. We're going to talk more about the Jordan 5 Grapes. So we're going to pause on this one for at the moment. You know what I mean? The Jordan 5 Grapes original release date was April 19th, 2025. The retail price is $210. And I can show you the shoe, and I'm going to go into it right now. They changed the release date on this shoe. This is the shoe that really supposed to come out April 19th. They postponed it. It's a shame they switched it to June 21st. I don't know why they did it. They should have just left it the way it was. And Nike playing with us. They're going through some rough times right now. And I guess they're looking at it since everybody got their income tax money and everything like that. They want to switch it up on us, and they're trying to let everybody go through hard times and spend all their income tax money, and they just did something funny. You know what I mean? They just switched it to June 21st. This is a shoe everybody going to wear. This shoe having the last time this shoe came out, this shoe came out it came out I think 9 years ago.
Correct.
This right here is this shoe gonna sell, no questions asked. They ain't gonna. Hopefully they have a lot of pairs. I don't know they're gonna have a whole lot of pairs on this particular shoe, because when the Western Names got released with the Cool Grade 9s, they only had 15 pairs. So hopefully they have enough. There's a general release. This is a shoe everybody want and get their hands on. You know what I mean? Streets, what you feel about this?
I loving the color wave on this. Not my favorite shoe because of the bubble on the back, by the heel, like I said before. But I like this color. I like this color wave on it. It's totally different. I like, I know that's your favorite one, the grapes. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mess with those though. I mess with them. They cool.
Now, what I'm seeing and noticing about this shoe, they hiking the price up like crazy.
Right.
And the shoe not even out yet, Streets. And I was checking out I was checking out the GOAT. The GOAT went for a size 13 in the men's. That's my size. And they want the shoe retail for $210. They try to make a nice profit. You understand?
Wow.
Some of these places already got the shoe.
Right.
The GOAT up there asking $785. All right, for this shoe.
Right.
Ridiculous. Flight Club. They up there asking, they partners with the GOAT. They asking for this shoe in a size 13, $750. Retarded. StockX in the men's size 13. You know what I mean? I think the price went down a little bit, but I know the GOAT in the Flight Club, the price is accurate. A few days ago, StockX, they was asking $1,000. I think the price might be lower. I'm not sure. eBay. I give you the item number, fellas, so y'all can check it out. Item number for eBay, 226-63799-2307. Jordan 5 grapes, size 13, men's, $480.
It's not the flyest pattern to me. I never liked these grapes. You know what I'm saying? I thought they could have did it a little differently and did it a little better, but to each his own though.
Yeah, to each his own. I look at it like this. If you're going to get the grapes, I would try to wait for the release date of June 21st.
Okay.
I would try to get my hands on it if you could. The price might go down a little bit, because when it releases, everybody up there is going to try to get their hands on. There's going to be a lot of people ain't going to be able to get their hands on, straight up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I understand the price is going to go crazy, because the price is already as ridiculous as it is at the moment.
Right.
You know
Correct.
But I would try to wait, and because all the resellers trying to do, they're just trying to make a profit. They're trying to get what they can get. They don't care about me and you and everything else. They're just worrying about their pockets. And I think the crazy thing about it, okay, when Nike do a general release and they release these sneakers, whatever the price is, that's what you pay for any size foot. So you're telling me how your foot grows and everything like that, they want to charge you more money? I don't see it. That's my personal opinion. They're just trying to make a profit. Because at the end of the day, God and Jesus is in control of that. how tall you gonna
Correct.
be, how big your foot gonna be. But they trying to
Correct.
sell it for extra amount of money. And if that was the case, Nike be selling it for extra amount of money because they want to price your
Well,
foot.
well, don't you think that, it takes more material to be able to make a bigger shoe and, design it and everything else? They got to put more patterns on it and all that other stuff. So I think it's right. You know what I mean? I mean, it
Well,
takes less material, paint, and everything else to do a smaller shoe than a bigger shoe, you know? I mean, that's my
in a
opinion.
way, I agree with you, but that's your opinion, and like, it's like as I'm talking, like my opinion. In a way, I disagree because if that's the case, why Nike selling it for $210? General release
Mm.
all over the world. But when the
Right.
reseller get it, they want to sell for what they want to sell it for.
Well, Jordan's an OG, man. So, you know what I'm saying? That's one of his best sneakers right there. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
one of his top sellers. You know what I mean? I don't like it really as much that, but it's one of his top sellers, man. So, they're going to try to, everybody's going, and it's limited pairs and everything else where everybody's selling it. So, you know, demand and supply, you know what I mean? That's what it goes by.
yeah. You know what I mean? So we about to bring our special guest on the show. Have another guest is about to get ready to come on the show. He go by the name of the Foot Prince. And we about to get ready to have him come on any second. So he'll be joining us any second by now. You know what I mean? He does great work. Um, he and him good friends. He does a lot, and he's going to be joining us in a second. But while we waiting on him, streets. You know what I mean, what's going on with you, man? So
Man,
you
just
probably got the
working
streets
every
on fire.
day. It's working every day, man, and doing our thing, man. Get on this podcast, man, to get people out, get them information, let them know what's going on with everything, man. How you been doing though?
I'm hanging in there, you know what I mean? Just taking it one day at a time, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, that's pretty much that's about it, you know. But
Yeah, we in the struggle and everything else like that, man. So, we just doing what we do.
yeah, that's just basically it. You know what I mean? Just trying to
Right.
just
Like
trying to
everybody else is doing. Okay.
exactly.
Everybody else is
Exactly.
out on the grind, you know what I mean? But we just giving them like nice information so everybody could know what's going on, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all we can do, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's it.
Just trying to just write some more music, man, and do what I gotta do, man. Try to put an LP out, you know what I mean? Do what I gotta do, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh, for all those people, man, that don't know, you could go on TikTok, and my TikTok is VZGSH, and check out some of my music I have on there, 30-second clips on there, you know what I'm saying? You know, check that out.
yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, and if you out there want to check out his work, you know what I mean? Go out there and check out his work and see, you know what I mean? Check out, listen to him and everything like that. You know what I mean? He got some
Right.
bars and everything like that. You know what I mean? So he up
I
there trying to
appreciate that. We all trying.
exactly. That's all we can do. You know what I mean? So, but even that, you know what I mean? Just I'm gonna be getting back in the lab in a soon. You know what I mean? Dropping some more
Right.
tutorials and everything like that. You know,
Right.
just
We
want to
wait.
work
We
on
wait. We
everything.
waiting on those, bro. The tutorials is fire, bro. You
Yeah,
feel me?
I
Tutorials is fire,
appreciate you.
bro.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
you.
Because like,
Yeah,
you doing it a different way than everybody else is doing it. You really showing the ins and outs of what's going on. You know what I mean? So basically, you got your tutorials are like, you can make them good for dummies, though. You know what I mean? No offense to nobody in the audience or nothing like that, but he makes it very simple and everything where you can follow. You know what I mean?
exactly. Exactly.
And that's how it's supposed to be, though. You know what I mean? For everybody, you know?
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's all we can do. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's it. And just basically trying to see what's taking him. Because I mean, just give me one sec.
You know, and big up to your daughter, Kiara. You know what I'm saying? You know, running track and all that other stuff, bro. Big that up too. You feel me? Because then you'll be making a sneaker for her running track, though. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, eventually.
yeah, yeah. That's all you can do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I appreciate the merch, man, sending me the merch. You feel me? Took a little time to get here. You feel me? But it's all good though. You know what I mean? We had storms and stuff out here and all that other stuff, so everything's delayed and all that other stuff. But you know,
yeah, yeah. You see what they
appreciate
got
the
with the Bible?
yeah, appreciate that. Sending the cards though. You know what I mean? I'll be putting cards out, everybody. So so Dre will be able to get out there. You know what I mean? Get this popping and get this rolling, man, and keep it continuing rolling like it's gonna be going.
Right. Was that? He up there trying to figure out how to do this because he up there said what he's supposed to do. He just asked me. He's like, I said, he got to download the app. I told him just click on the link.
Okay, copy that. You know
That's
what I
what I
mean?
told him. So, you know, man,
Be
just told him to
patient.
click on it. So I mean, there's nothing to
But
download.
bad, you know what I mean? It's no big deal. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it's not. It's not. Nah, it's not.
But so everybody, y'all watching the playoffs right now and all that other stuff. Who y'all favorite team and all that other stuff, man? And we be ball heads, so that's what we be about, though. You know what I'm saying? And what you think about the new NBA, Dre?
Ah, it ain't for me, but you know what I
Right.
mean. The game has changed a lot. You know,
Of course, of
it like
course, of course.
it ain't like it was when we was coming up. When we like, you know what I mean. Nobody I want to see particularly, but
I look at it like this, man. It's like everybody's talent. Everybody has the same talent right now, but then some people could take it to a different level. You know what I'm saying?
it's
And
true.
I think when we came out, everybody wasn't nice at basketball when we came out. When
No,
we was coming up, you know what I'm saying, watching basketball. So then it showed and everybody copycatted off of that. And now it's pretty much a copycat league, basically. You know what I'm saying? You know?
exactly.
But also a lot of people they don't get the playing time because everybody in the NBA is not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And everybody could be a superstar in the NBA, but maybe it's not the culture, it's not the system, things of that nature though. But if you're in the NBA, you're nice though. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
I think
oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Steph had to get his chance, LeBron had to get his chance, you know what I mean? Paul George had to get his chance, Kawhi had to get his chance, you know what I mean? So, it's different shit though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? You're right. It's a different. It's a
And
different.
what you said is different. You just feel it's different.
Yeah, it's a different game now. Not like I can't get into it. I only can watch like 2 minutes of it, and I got to turn it off. I can't.
Well,
Can't get.
they had anomalies coming. Remember, Magic Johnson was a 6'9" guard. He was an anomaly. You know what I mean? You had Larry Bird, you feel me, who was different. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Mike, who was just a totally different animal. You know what I'm saying? So he was totally different when he came in the league. So it's just totally different, man. Like everybody has copycatted what came in now. So
Yeah,
for the players to come out and they have to work harder to do what they got to do to impress us though. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
think basketball back then, everybody was fiending for it and it was like a love. Now it's more of a payday now. You know what I'm saying? And I
yeah.
think people stop working after a certain period of time. After they get there, they get a couple, a lot of these guys never had millions before. You know what I mean? Never had thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
so now it changes dynamic and how hungry you want to be because you feel that you got the money now. It's all about the money. I blame that on the economy though. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
economy very changed everything because now everybody's looking at money now instead of being like, well, let me perfect my craft and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Work harder. You know what I'm saying? Well, I make enough money now, so I'm good. But a lot of people, it's how it goes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
LeBron is the emphasis of that though, because he took it to the next level and kept on maintaining. I love LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Love him.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
LeBron took it to the next level, man. He's crazy with that shit, man. For real, for real. You know what I mean? And for him
yeah,
to do, and then he was able to see his son come play with him. That's a blessing in itself, right there.
yeah. Yeah, he getting a lot of heat, a lot of feedback, you know what I mean, for what's
Right,
going on. They
right.
got Stephen A. Smith beefing with him and all that stuff. I feel he should stay
Man,
out of that.
man. You know what I mean? And the stuff they talk about is non-basketball related, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's having a problem. We're having some difficulties.
Okay, no problem.
You know,
Let's keep on chatting.
um,
You got some more releases you could put up right there? We
let
could
me
go
see.
back on that other release you had.
We could go back to that till he gets ready.
Okay, copy that.
You know what I mean? Give me 1 second, family. 1 second.
Wow, Dennis the Menace died at 73. Wow, it's crazy. I remember him. I used to watch him on TV. Right there, that's the one right there.
Right here, the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Phantom. Color, Phantom, Chill, Red, Moon, Particle, Black, Muslim, Coconut. Release date, April 26th. They switched out the grapes and they put this in there instead the original grape. So, you know what I mean? This is like something similar to what we were looking at the Luca and the other one and everything like that. Not for me, but
I like them. I like them, Jay. I like these. I like the now I know what the black Muslim coconut is supposed to be about. I like it. I like these.
yeah,
With the color wave on it, man. I like it. I like the color wave. It's a little jazzy right there. I like it. I like these. I would cop these.
yeah,
Yeah, I would cop
more
these.
more like a chill shoe. And then you got the Air Jordan 11 Low Bread, color black, varsity, red and white. Release date April 26, 2025.
Mm.
The price is 190.
I'm so used to seeing these at high top that it looks weird seeing them in low.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this shoe. I like the high top myself.
But
I'll pass on it.
the patent leather is fire though.
Yeah, I'll pass on this shoe because I don't know why they up there didn't put out the men's, but they did the women's not too long ago.
Mm.
You know what I mean? For around Christmas time when they was releasing, I think the cements.
Right,
They had,
right.
they had them in women's, and people were buying
Mm.
them in women's and high top. But this right here, they wasn't even they up there they up there didn't want to release it in men's. Now they want to release it in low. So I don't know what they doing. Nike playing with us. You know what I mean?
Right,
They
right.
playing with
But
us. So I
I
don't
like
know.
them. I love the patent leather with it. Ever since he's come out with those. What's these right? The Jordan
These are
Jumpman.
these are Travis Scott's
Okay.
Jordan Jumpman Jacks TR Bright Cactus color
Hmm.
Muslim black bright cactus, and the release date April 30th, 2025. The retail price is 200.
Like them. Love them.
You know what I mean?
They took the Dennis Rodman, and the Coupe, the backwards swoosh on it. You know what I mean? Travis Scott seemed like he's coming out with that. You know what I mean? But Dennis Rodman started that though. You know what I mean? But I like them. Love them. I like them. I like them. I like these.
You know
I
what I
cop
mean?
these.
Yeah. It's gonna sell, and that shoe probably gonna be worth something right there. It's
Right.
gonna probably be worth something because mostly all his shoes, every time Travis Scott drops something, you can't get your hands on it. He released it on his website, and
Mm,
um, and yeah, it's very hard to get his shoes. You know what I
mm.
mean?
I like them.
So it's tough.
I never
To me,
liked when they have the sole to where it goes up like that. I never liked that when they did that. They should just did it like lower and put a different color on there or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Never
yeah,
like how they have the bottom sole and it comes up like that. Never liked those type of sneakers, but I like those though. I rock those.
yeah. Well, Reese, I don't. He having some difficulties.
Mm.
Yeah, this is not good. But hey, this is what happens in life, man. Everything don't go the way you want it to go,
Yeah, that's how it
and
goes, man.
you're having some difficulties trying to figure all this out and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Liking the change, right? You guys send me a package with the chain too, though. Liking the chain, bro.
Oh, oh, yeah,
Wow,
that's my
liking the
Cuban link.
chain, bro. Ah, yeah. Look at you flashing. Fancy.
Yeah, it's my Cuban link chain.
Ah, nice. It's fancy, bro. I love it, love it, love
I
it, bro. Liking
appreciate
the look.
it.
You feel me? Loving the look, man.
I stay with the change,
Right, right, right. Ain't
I
nothing wrong
stay
with
with
that,
it.
bro.
I'm having some difficulties. He's not picking up. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean with him, but anyway, you know what I mean. Gonna give out some sneaker tips because a lot of people up here going out here worrying about the creases and everything on their shoes and worried about. I look at it like this: you gotta walk, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta walk. You're gonna have creases. You know what I
Right.
mean. Be honest with you. All you got to do if you want to save money, or you get this, you could get the sneaker shields. I mean, you could just get a. I'm gonna give you a tip. You know what I mean? I hope nobody don't get upset what I'm about to say. You know what I mean? Because I'm giving you a little pointer right here to help yourself out. Just get a little towel, and you can damp it, or you can just put it on there. You want to damp it, and then get an iron, and you can remove the creases off the off the shoe, especially around the toe
Right.
part area and everything like that. But family, sneaker family, just keep in mind, we always going to have creases on the shoe. You know what I
But
mean?
also, no, I'm sorry, cutting you off. Yeah.
We always going to have creases on the shoe. So you got to walk. And a lot of people thinking, you know what I mean? The shoe is made to walk in. You understand? The shoe is not. People try to understand. We trying to take care of our stuff. Understand things cost money and it's costly and everything like that. And I respect it. You know what I mean? But we gotta keep in mind it's just a shoe. So sneaker family, you know what I mean? I already gave you a tip how to do it. You know what I mean? Um, to remove the creases off the shoe.
Well, I got
Anything you
another.
want to say about that, streets?
Yes, sir. They also have one where you could put it on. You have where you could put it in your. It's like putting a sole in, but you put it on the top of your sneaker, and you slide it in, and that prevents creases too. You know what I mean? I don't remember. I bought one for one of my Jordans though, the low cut green and black ones. You feel me? And they like a dunk though type of sneaker, and I bought those for it. It goes right on top. It slips right on top. It goes on top. You stick all the way to the head. It's like having a sole, but it's on top. They have it at all your retail stores now. That prevents creasing too, though. You know what I mean? And you can always switch sneakers and put in different sneakers and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Don't really remember
Yeah,
the name of the product though. Yeah, but they have something where you could do that to prevent creasing like that. Because I'm a person like that too. I don't like to see the front of my sneakers creased up and the toe creased up. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And it keeps it fresh though. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like an insole, but goes over the top of your foot though, on the top where it goes to the crease part. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I gotta remember that product though. I bought it from a store one time. When I bought my
okay.
green and black dunks, and I remember those right there. And it was like, yo, that prevented from creasing. It worked still. Well, how much
Yeah.
it was, like $19, $20 though. But I forget the name of it. But yeah, they have those out there too. So you have to go through all that.
Yeah, yeah. He up there. I'm still trying to get a hold. Oh, he's right here. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, he's right here. I don't know what happened. Just sing. I just clicked it. Just had him on here. I think it's on his end, not mine. I say three participants, but I don't see them.
But
I
is
don't
he
see them.
showing his? Maybe he's
I don't
showing his
see
like.
them. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Mute.
Okay, you're right there.
We
You're
see
right
you,
there.
You
bro.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you.
ladies. Wait a minute,
All
ladies and
right.
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest of the hour is here. His name is the Foot Prince, and he does outstanding work. And welcome aboard on the AC Sneaker Restoration Show, Foot Prince, and also my co-host MC Streets.
Okay. Thank you for having me, man.
What's up, Foot Prince?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Chilling. How are you, man?
I'm all right, man. Making it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Day by day, you know. See, I realized that you was a truck driver before, so you know, driving trucks. I drive trucks. I drove them for 30 years, right? And
Okay.
so driving trucks is like being a football player. That's what I compare it to.
That's an interesting analogy.
But hey, Foot Prince, where you from, man?
We in New Jersey, Irvington.
Okay, that's where you from?
Nah, originally I'm from Patterson, New Jersey. I was born in Barnet down there, Patterson, New Jersey.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm from Roselle, New Jersey, so you know what I mean? So I kind of feel you. We're in Jersey. Streets used to live in Jersey as well.
Okay.
Jersey
Okay,
You know
City.
what I
yeah.
mean?
We in house, we gotta connect, man. We should have been working together then. Dang. Everybody, y'all both do sneakers too.
No,
I'm
streets.
I'm 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 trying to learn right now. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
But I'm a sneakerhead. I love it. You know what I mean? And watching you and Dre perform your craft, man, it's amazing to me. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
amazing.
thank you, man.
You
Hey,
know?
street. I mean, footprints. What inspired you to get into the sneaker game, man?
That's a good question, man. I mean, I was doing the trucking thing, and I had still needed extra money. I had my son, and my wife wasn't working, and I ended up I seen this. I used to before this before trucking, I was boxing. So I ended up running into one of the girls at the gym that I knew from before, and she had like I think she had like three kids,
Hmm.
and I was like I asked her, I was amazed because I had one, and I still had to come up with some extra cash. So I asked her how she did it, and she had told me about this site called Poshmark, and she was selling clothes up there. And she put me on the game and she told me where to go to get stuff and this and that. And I ended up getting shoes. That was my thing. I picked up a pair of the first ones I picked up was a pair of Crocs. And what happened was I put those up. I had listed those for sale. And the next morning, literally the next morning when I woke up, they had sold. And I had a little extra I had a little extra $20 in my pocket, I mean, to get my son something. So that's kind of how it all started. I started just picking up, you know, shoes from there. Like, and you know, the repairs came in when I found out how much the shoes and the boots were. So I started like I was like instead of getting like $40, $50, I had seen some of them they was worth like $80, $200, and they had like little like knickknacks and stuff in them like that. And I had just started fixing them, like, trying to figure out ways to fix them, and I did. And
Impressive, man.
yeah, that's how. It wasn't like I didn't just start it like.
Yeah, I know. I know that. Hey, we all a footprints. We all got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah,
You just ain't gonna go to the top. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
I saw one of your videos when you first got into it. You used to drive tractor trailers and you gave up your job. Very interesting, man.
Yeah.
God bless you, number one, for what you did, because I commend you. A lot of people are not going to do what you do. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you decide to work for yourself for seeing your little video about explaining how you got into the game. And
Mm.
it's inspiring because you helping other people, you know what I mean, to come independent and come and work for themselves and do something that you have a passion and do something you enjoy.
Right.
And you know what I mean, and stepping out the box.
For
And you
sure.
don't see too many people do that. And that's what I'm trying to do. And you know what I mean, do the same thing like that. And what I see is you do this full time. So you there?
Wake up and do the same thing every day. There's like,
You
you
pause
mean,
for a
there's,
minute. You pause for a minute, Foot Prinse. You,
yeah, yeah. No, I said it's not easy. You got to wake up every day and do the same thing. And I still had my wife, she still was working. So it's still like it ain't like, no, like I don't need an extra income like for the household.
yeah,
It's still me and my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the whole partner thing going on. But like I said, I can say the truth of it is, I believe I had more breaks truck driving, man.
mm,
You said,
Word is
yeah,
bond.
I can imagine that.
Word is bond. I had more break time, like when I was working for people.
Mhm.
But now it's like, especially in the late night, that's when a lot of activities start happening.
Mm.
yeah, I seen that in
So
your video. I did see you mentioned something like that in your video. Be working all night long and everything like that. You know?
yeah, that's when a lot of activity. That's when you're gonna like if you're not up for that late night graveyard. If you think I can say that to anybody that's about to do it, if you think you about to escape the graveyard shift, that's not even happening. But I was
Yeah,
already used to it. I was already used to it because I was driving trucks, so we was running through the night.
Right.
So I wasn't. It wasn't like I'm not saying it's not. It's not still same tiresome as it is, but that's the reality of it. That
Yeah,
really is.
question. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
no, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, question. I see that you have a S at the end. Instead of saying Prince, you have like a S where the C is at. Where'd you come up with
Yeah.
that?
No, nowhere really. I needed a name, and it was rents in there. I just tried to like mash up what I was doing. I was cleaning shoes, but
Mm.
it was three things. It was three
Mm.
things. One, the very first one was I wanted if it did happen at the
Mm.
beginning, this wasn't it, but if it did happen, if I,
Mm.
I was able to support myself, you know what I'm saying, or
Mm.
make something later on in life, I wanted to make footprints like for my son, like a footprint. That's how
Right,
it
right,
came in. Like,
Looking out
right,
for
I
your
started,
son.
yeah, I started footprints, and
right.
then I was cleaning the shoes, and that's how the rents came in at the end.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? It was like a
right.
mashup like that, like footprints, rents, and all that. But that's
Okay. Yo, because kings live a little bit time, but princes live forever. You heard that saying before, right?
yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd rather be a prince forever instead of a king for a little while. You know what I mean? So
It's hard being the king, man.
Hey, Foot Prince. What made you start making your own paints? Because you be knocking them out the park with your paints. I bought a lot of stuff off of you. They on point and everything. Man, you understand this. Me, it's hard as heck the color match, dead stock and
Yeah,
everything, man.
it is. It really is.
mm,
It was all of it. The whole thing, man. It was all necessity, man. That's all I can say. It was like the first time I ever made a paint was for the Jordan the gold toes. This dude he sent the shoes in. This was for patent leather. This is the first time I ever made paint. They
mm,
sent the shoes in. I took Angela's paint, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, I think I could do this, like for the patent leather, and it didn't work out. Like I used the Angelus. I did the whole thing, did the gloss, sent them back to him, and I was working with this girl named Lisa Fair. I already she charged him like $350 to do the job. I already done took the money. I already done took the money and spent the money. That came in, and now his shoes breaking down.
Wow.
So the policy, he gotta either he get to send them back, or he get the he get the refund. I'm like, yo, you just sent them right back, bro. I'm gonna try to like, cause I didn't have it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I ended up, that's how I ended up matching up the colors and making the paints. And all of that was that. All of those paints, I'm gonna be like 100% with you. All of those were screw ups.
Mm.
You know that.
Every last one of them was like somebody's shoe got messed up, and
Oh wow. I'm
yeah,
surprised you say this on the air. I would have kept that to myself.
no, all of them. Like I bet I would nick somebody's shoe, and I'm looking at the shoe like, oh man. I said, yo, I gotta fix this because
Wow.
this, you know what I mean? I was like,
But
I
you
gotta fix it.
great,
And then
man.
I'll just sit there and
You
get
great,
on.
man.
Yo,
You do excellent work, man. I see you sewing. You got your own ebooks. You do classes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
people don't understand on Foot Prinse what me and you do in the grind. They just see the finished product, but they don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Being up late at night, can't sleep, trying to get the work done, trying to make sure it's dead on right. Everything
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Word up.
question. Okay, good, sir. Sorry, cut you off. Good. No,
No,
good. I thought you were
no,
gonna say something.
no, go ahead.
All right, Prince. I had a question for you. I know I watch your videos and everything, right?
Mhm.
And you said that you worked on everything. What was, I know it's a copycat league as far as doing, sneakers and everything. What do you
Uh,
think that you did that was totally different from your learning from doing different shoes, sneakers, boots, and all that other stuff?
what you said something that was different?
Yeah, because it's a copycat league, but what do you think that, as far as you being so popular as you are, what do you think you've done different and brought to the sneaker game that was a little different, but it might have been the same thing. It's still a copycat league, but just different that helped you get to where you're at right now.
What can I say? Help me get to where I'm at.
I
The
mean, just something.
all right. I think it was. Oh, man, that's a good question.
Mhm.
I can't say it was in the beginning. I can't say it was a product. It wasn't that. It
Okay.
was. I think it was me. It was me genuinely trying to show people how to
Mhm.
make money in the beginning. So I was
Okay.
like all DIY
Hmm.
hacks and stuff like that, like stuff from the house, like anything you could use in your home.
Hmm.
I didn't put up no kind of content that other people couldn't replicate or they couldn't do. Like they couldn't, like they didn't have the tools. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't putting nothing up like somebody to they need like a $500 machine to do the
Right,
job.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because they not gonna
right.
be able to relate. They wasn't gonna be able to relate. Like how they gonna get it? So I was like, all right, I was like, let me figure out how to do this with a what I had before.
You're very creative, though. I ain't gonna
See,
lie,
that's
Footprints. You're
creative.
very
That's
creative.
creative right there. You see, that's creative right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like one.
I had some glue sticks. I said, let me see what I could do with these glue sticks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like,
That's different. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good. That was good. Yeah.
yeah,
You're very creative. Like I see when you up there take the like if you got to make a insole, when you take
yeah.
the midsole part, you got to take the insole, you make it out of foam and all that. I like, man, this guy on the money, man, because he taught me a lot of things. And
Yeah,
So
it
you
was
be
basically,
dead
something
on
like
the money
that.
with it too, boy. This game is not easy. You
Nah, it's
make
so,
it
not.
look
ba-
easy, bro.
basically, you MacGyvered a lot of stuff, though. Basically, you
That's
know
how,
what
yeah.
MacGyver is?
Yeah, hell yeah, I know that
It's
is.
like you MacGyvered it, though. That's what the name you could put there too.
That's true too.
Nah, man, you do excellent work, man. You
Thank
do
you, man.
excellent work. And I got to cock that new buck off you. So be prepared. I'm gonna
Okay.
be buying a whole lot off of you, bro.
All right, man. It's here, it's here.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be buying a lot of it off you. I mean, I admire what you do because I don't know how to make some of this stuff, and I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? You up there, you coming out with all this stuff. I'm like, dang, how you do that? I'm up there trying to figure some of these things out. You know what I mean?
Right.
All by the grace of God. That's all I can say, man. Because all of it was necessity. Not one time did I sit down and say I'm gonna make something like it was an idea. It was not like that.
I know
Right.
that.
Not like
I
that.
know that. Hey,
It was not like
I
that.
got late at night too, man. So trying to
Yeah.
figure things out and dead stock and colors and trying to get it on the money. So I understand what you go through. So me and you understand one another. So I get it because I do the same thing too. So there's no joke doing this. A lot of people think this is this is 1, 2, 3 process, and it's not. It's challenging and got its days and stuff.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you? So I know I've seen some of your videos where you've made. Have you ever like? I don't know if you did it or not, but have you ever made like a sneaker from the bottom to the top? You know what I'm saying? Like a custom type of thing. Or I seen a boot that I don't know if that was a boot that you had that somebody gave it to you, or did you build that from the bottom to the top? You know what I mean? What do you think of your best customs you ever done?
Yeah, I think that was one of the best. That I would say, yeah, that was one of the with the tongue and stuff. Those were one of the boots that I completely took apart.
Wow.
Yeah, I took that whole boot apart, and I had found out that I thought now that you talk about that, I thought the Timberland boots was stitched like the sole, and I found I had found out that it was just held on there by glue. So yeah, that was one of the tests. So when I found that out, I was like, yo, I could just rip these apart like sneakers and
Uh-huh.
and go in, you know what I'm saying? Do
Right.
whatever you want to them. I was like, wow. Yeah, I thought Timberlands was like, they not really built like that. They
Okay,
not
okay.
really built like that. But yeah, that was one. But I've made the last for the sneaker, like the skeleton.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the joint that you need to make the sneaker, like
Oh, yeah, I
it
know
looked
you
like a
talk
foot.
about. Yeah, I want to learn. I want to learn how to make it just like you too. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the foot, and then once if you get that piece and you
Like
just draw on it, you could make your pieces or whatever the one that you want to make. Like that's where it really all starts from.
so
Yeah.
that's like the foot sizes and everything else though. The foot size is like a 9, 13, and you can
Yeah.
build it up from there. It's like a shoe.
You get the frame of it. You could make your own sneaker if you wanted to. Like
Wow.
you just draw your pieces out on it, take them off with tape. You put the tape on it, take them off, put them on leather.
Uh,
You
wow.
got your own joint. If people
It'd
want
be
bodies,
nice.
you know what I'm saying?
It'd be
Right,
nice
right.
for.
You want to get the popular sizes though, you know what I'm saying? But then like even though you could custom make them though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that was one
Okay.
of
Hey, hey, you still doing the classes, right? You still be doing your classes, or
yes,
you still giving
yeah,
out the ebooks and everything?
yes. That's
Only.
all like that's all like it's all on call. Like I don't even have a schedule, man.
Mm.
I ain't even got a schedule. They just hit me up. They be like, yo, you know what I mean? You wanna they got some questions for the sewing machine or something like that. I gotta jump on. Just like how today with you. But I know you like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I mean? If he hit me up, I'm going on because Dre cool, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you all right. You all right.
Yeah,
It's like I said, when we talked on the phone, I like, this is
yeah,
our first conversation. I said, we
yeah,
always
right.
talk on the while you on the air,
Yeah.
and I bought supply, and I never talked to you on the phone. I said,
I
this is
don't
our
pick
first
up.
conversation.
I don't pick up for a lot of people, man.
I don't blame you.
I
And I
Yeah,
don't.
mean,
'cause that could be tiresome, you know what I mean, with people just with dead ends with you, you know what I mean? So I can see how that was tiresome. You know what I mean? It would burn you out with that alone, you know?
Yo, it get crazy. I be telling people all the time, like this one I get bad reviews for that too, for not answering
Oh,
stuff. But
oh,
I had told this guy, he's like, yo, you don't even answer, I was like, listen, I tried to explain it to him as politely as I could. I said, look, man, I said, if you want to do the math on it, I said, if I talk to 50 people a day, right, for five
oh
minutes,
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I said that's
I
Right.
got you.
250 minutes. You feel me? I was like,
Yeah,
yo, man,
yeah.
it's like it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
It
That
just
you got a
don't.
lot going on. Foot, you got a lot going on.
It
You
don't.
like that adds to your mental burnout, and I don't think they realize that though. You know what I'm saying? It's
It
better for
don't.
them to text you or Instagram
Yeah.
you or something of that nature, and then get back to them that way. And then the
Yeah.
conversation to be short, because a lot of people are long-winded, and you done forgot what they told you, what you wanted them to do.
or
Yeah.
they just call him because they see him on the air. I know I know what you're talking about. But I be saying, hey Foot, I be saying when I'm on here now, and I'm gonna say the same thing. Don't be call me for serious inquiries.
Yeah.
Don't be calling because you see me on the air. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm here for business. If you ain't talking about no business, there ain't nothing to talk about.
Sir. Yes, sir, man. They don't
That's why
understand. Man.
That's why they made the gram and everything else for that reason.
Yeah.
A lot of people when that's why they made texting too, because you could talk to a person but don't talk to them. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you can respond back to them when you're ready to respond back. You know what I'm saying? Without the stress of hearing all the other, you know,
Yes, sir.
the
Hey,
other.
Foot Prinse, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said you became a millionaire off doing this, and there's a lot of money over the world. And
Mm.
you up there, and you was talking about, you was like, I made $1 million, and then also what I like about you too, you be talking about how to make money, like flipping shoes. You be talking about a lot of different things as well.
$1 million though. Hold on.
That's what you said in one of your videos. It was in
Nah.
one of your.
Nah,
That's in one of your videos.
don't do that to me up here. Nah, don't. Whoever out there watching, ain't no billion,
All right,
ain't no billion over here.
I rephrase. Ain't no money over here. We're gonna leave that alone.
But I was interested.
Ain't no
I was,
billion over here.
I,
I
I
leave
was
that alone.
I was interested when I was watching one of your videos, right, Prince?
Yeah.
Um, and you said, was it that you really found a pair of sneakers and then you just started going from there? Like you just found a pair of sneakers, was laying somewhere, and you just picked them up and you said, okay, I'm just gonna go take off with this. Did you do that?
That was no. That was just that was a video I put. That is something that I do. Like I have gotten pairs of sneakers out.
Right.
I have took a pair of sneakers. If I don't care if I saw them in the garbage at
Right.
that time, that's when I was coming up. Yeah, I would pick them up. I just got a pair of sneakers on the way from my son. Somebody
Right.
threw out some J's. They was wet or whatever. But
Okay. Okay.
no, I had just to show people like that's what it is. Like that's the reality of it. And I had put that story together. That was just part of that story that was that was made up there. But
You
it's a
remember
truth.
the,
It's a truth to it. But that's not how I started. No.
no, but back in the days, remember you used to throw sneakers up on top of the
Yeah.
electric slides and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I was watching a show with Scissor and I think her name is Kiki or something like that, where she had went and got a pair of J's from off the electric line, and then they sold them. It's the new
No,
movie that's out.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I ain't got no yo, bruh. If the money right, they gone.
Right. I
They
feel that. I feel that.
Nah, I do
You
it. I
ain't gonna
still
do it.
do it.
Money.
I pick up. I be showing people just not too long ago. I'll go by Foot Locker and people they'll just throw the boxes away. I'll be like, yo, give me that. I'll
Hmm.
go put that. I'll put them boxes up on eBay or something. $25
Uh,
for a
We
free box.
selling.
Yeah, yeah, for a
that's a
box.
We
that's
be
inventive
selling. I
right
be
there.
saying them. All depends on what you
You
need.
know
They
what I'm
be
saying?
selling. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they come
I
in
would
handy
do
because
that.
when if you restore a sneaker, if you find a sneaker and everything like that, and you restore it, and let's say you want to sell it, you got the box. You can put it in the box, and there
Yup,
you go.
yup. Extra cash. Yup,
Exactly. That's smart. But
yup.
So
you know what I mean? It's hard to find. It's hard to find stuff like that. I do sanitation.
Mhm.
So I come across stuff like that all the time, but sometimes it's hard to find it like real clean. You know what I mean? Like nothing wrong with the box or anything like that. It's kind of hard. If you do, you lucky.
Yeah, just catch them coming out the store. I catch them right there. Like soon as they be, I
Exactly.
catch them right there at the door. Like, yo, you don't need that. I was like, don't even throw it in there. Let me get that.
See, I
So
didn't throw my boxes out. So I don't know why they throw them out, but I don't throw mine. I keep my sneakers in my box and everything like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think
well,
it'd be more the young people. The young people, they'll just throw them away. They don't understand the value of
so
it.
would you say it's safe to say you would go like to the Salvation Army and see,
Yeah,
like those type of places where like, you might go to and not to say a rich area, but like, a better class area where people give away stuff and, and they give it to the Salvation Army or those places you frequent so you could get sneakers to replace and repair.
yeah, it's safe. You could say Salvation Army, but I not particularly that
Goodwill.
store. Like I wouldn't go. I don't. There hasn't. When I started out, I did, but there really don't be too much in the Salvation Armies where I be at. Like I'll
Okay.
go to like when I did do that, like other thrift stores and stuff I would go to would be like what's the name of this one over here? Uniques. There's one called Uniques. Um Value, another one called Value something. I can't remember. It's been so long. But that it would be like that. As long as they big and they got like, a good section for shoes and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Go up in there and get that. You're gonna get it. That's how, you know what I mean? I ended up moving that. We moved out of Patterson, made that. We needed like $1,000 something to put the down payment.
Mhm.
That's how that was made. So I said, if you're gonna do that by any means, you know what I'm saying? Get up in there, knock them out, knock them out. You know what I mean? Get yourself to the next level. It
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of money in this game, man. There's a lot of money in this.
is.
A lot of people can't do it. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Me and you was like, it's like a few of us that can do this. Everybody can. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know about not like they come to me and a lot of people never heard of restoration and custom shoes and they be shocked, and then I take an old shoe and put life back in. They be like, what? I like that's the shoe you get? Like, yeah. you
Yep.
know? And some people think it's a 1, 2, 3 process. I mean, it all depends on what you got to do. And sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, you know?
For sure. We on this year because they everybody not to be about to be buying everything with these taxes. These taxes about to go up. So
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Guess who's in
yeah,
office?
yeah.
Right.
So it about to be a lot of buying. So we on. I'm
Yeah.
about to hit him right. I'm like, yo, hit me with like, you know what I mean? $70, $50, $70. Like you ain't got to go spend all that. Come right over here.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Come
Especially
right over
with
here.
now, they're not really like sneakers aren't in abundance right now. Maybe the sneaker that you want is not in abundance, and because they charge so much for the sneakers right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good yeah.
Sure.
Like I was just saying to him before you got on the show on Foot Prinse, I was telling
Mm-hmm.
Streets, I said, like the shoe come out, let's say the shoe released for like $200, like the greats, they push the greats back. The resellers want to sell it for crazy amounts of money. And then when you go to these sneaker general releases, the lines is retarded out there, man. And they might only have like 10 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, and if you find an old pair and we can restore it and make it look like the old, like the one that just came out, they save a little bit of money,
Yes,
That's where
sir.
we come into play.
Yes, sir. You do
One.
custom too, Dre?
I didn't hear you.
Huh?
I didn't hear you.
I said you do customs too, like you'll turn the sneaker into something else.
Well, not really. I have an artist. I usually get an artist because, what I mean? I don't know how to draw and things like that. So I
Oh,
get an
okay.
artist, like if they want something like crazy or something, I do that. I just mostly do the restoring and everything like that. But I'm
Okay.
trying to step out the box a little bit and do a little bit of customs. You know what I mean? But I
Okay.
don't. I have an artist like to do all that stuff. I'm like you. I mostly just do like the restoration.
Yeah, I don't do the customs. I'll do the
You
custom
know how to
beats.
do a lot though, because you know how to sew. You know how to. I see you. I seen one of your videos. You took the Jordan. He got games and you sold the bubble back in. I'm like, wow, you made it look dead stop. I mean, I've been watching you, man. I
That was
like,
tough.
damn. And I remember one time me and you talked too. I was like, I was like, there's certain things there's certain things I can't do, and this is what I tell people. If there's certain things I cannot do, I know people, and I told you this before. I said, Foot Prinse. If I can't do it, I'll send you somebody, and you can
Right,
do it. Like I want to learn
right.
how to sew. You know how to sew. I don't know how to sew. So I want to go to school and learn how to do all that stuff. You know what I mean? Make my own shoes and everything. You know what I mean? So some things I don't know how to do. You know what I mean? So, but you do a whole lot, man. I was like, wow, like
Yeah,
you know
I'll
what I mean?
do it. Like I'll sew like the Yeezys or something like that. But like far as I don't know if it's my time to be putting shoes together because I don't know. I don't know too many people that would pay right now for my day like that. I think to make a pair of sneakers, it probably at least take you like at least a week. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would think.
I was just about to ask you that. You ever think if you get a great enough following and then you might want to put a line out like how Yeezy put his out, you know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff? You think about that? Do you ever think about even trying to do a little startup like that, or maybe put like a prototype out or something?
I never thought of it. I don't even know how to. I wouldn't even know how to push it. Like,
I think
I
you be able
mean,
to
then
push it.
again, huh?
I think you be able to. I think you be able to pull it off, Foot. You know how to sew it. You know how to. I seen your work, man. You do outstanding work. I think you could do it. I
I think
believe
I
Yeah,
in you.
think I
I
think with
think
a
that's
market,
fine to you, man. Not gashing you up. No, I'm just being real. The work you be doing is amazing, bro. It's amazing. You do outstanding work. I believe you can pull it off, man.
I
so
don't
do
know. I
you ever
wouldn't even know what to say though, man. Like,
well
But
I
you
don't.
want the
that's what you get a marketer for and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Where you go into the big leagues and get a marketer and they look at, your following and everything else and maybe get a demographic to where, and like Shaq, how Shaq does it. Shaq does inexpensive sneakers, excuse me. And but he has a name. You have a name too. You know what I mean? And put that name toward your brand and put out some prototypes. See what happens.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I really, honestly, I never did. I never thought about that. Marketing on, and one of the reasons because marketing on like these platforms, man,
Mhm.
they be playing so much, man. I'm trying to like record this joint, man. It's not easy. Just marketing is not easy.
Right, right.
So I try to, like I said, I don't do too much because of that. 'Cause
Right.
I try to put out a story. I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna come out. I think today on Saturday and Sundays I put out like behind the scenes, behind the scenes and bloopers and all that. And I be showing people how like the system be doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
Right,
people
right.
think you think you just gonna just get online and promote your business and stuff. Yo, I swear, I kid you not. I think the last one I put up, never before like online. Yo, you remember back in the day, like when we used to have the scramblers
Okay,
for your
yeah.
TV?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for the
like
cable and all that.
some of the stations be scrambled up.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yo, if you get to that level up here, I kid you not. When you post and all that, you start doing that, try to do your business, they will scramble your joint like that.
Mm. Didn't
They will
think about
scram-
that.
they will scramble your post, bro. I know we saying they, like we don't know who they is, but
Right. Okay.
I think
Well, that,
everybody know what I'm saying. Like
yeah, that's an interesting looking insight on that though. And very
they
interesting.
do.
Didn't think about it like that.
They bug your messages, your like say you start getting mass, like you go like a little semi-viral, like you get
Yeah.
like mass messages and people messaging you, all that's getting bugged out and scrambled. You might have to turn your phone off and on or something just to get back.
Wow.
Get your
Okay.
junk extra
Okay.
right.
So
It get like
there's
that.
really a conspiracy against it, though. It's really a
Businesses.
conspiracy behind it, basically.
Yes, because they trying to get paid. You
Mm.
know, they got their ads and stuff up there. So if you getting it for free, or you almost getting, what I mean, publicity for free, they not getting paid.
I can see the
They,
big conglomerates doing that. I can see them
yeah.
doing it.
So they
I
try
can
to
see
make it
them.
hard. They try to make it real hard on you. Bro, so much stuff like happen. Like they'll hit you up with like, I cannot, yo, I got a ton of information for people like that. Like they hit me up with the the blood and gore. They hit me up with the blood and gore violation. They hit me up with
Ah,
the sexual something they hit me up with and just shut my joint down. I
wow.
was like, yo, I was like, what's sexual about these shoes, man?
Right. And then you gotta the same thing when I be rhyming, I'll be on TikTok or whatever. Yeah, same thing. They'll let the stuff that's really sexually whatever I rhyme on, but then the other stuff they'll block it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I see what you're saying though. I can see what you're saying about the scrambling thing. I get it.
yeah.
I get it.
So I want to show people how to get around that, bring that to reality, so people don't waste their time. You just got to be clever,
True.
you know.
Hey,
You
Yeah.
got to
Foot
be
Prince, do you have a favorite sneaker you like? A favorite Jordan, anything like that?
my favorite pair of Jordans. Dang,
Wow.
comfortably. I like the 11s. I
What
like the 11s. I just
the
like they
black of
comfortable.
varsity?
Huh?
The black varsity? Or you said the 11s, the black varsity ones?
The 11s, the Concords, and the
Oh, okay.
Mm.
yeah, the Hoyas, any of those, like
Oh, okay.
they're comfortable to me, and they don't like. I ain't gotta worry about them creasing up. So, the front, the toe right there is not like it's mesh right there, so they low maintenance. That's all I can say. I'm a low maintenance dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Patent leather, I could just wipe. I could just, what I mean, give them a quick wipe, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
That's
All
it.
right, feeling the New York hat because I'm from New York representing. I'm feeling it,
Yeah,
feeling that.
tri-state, tri-state.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Friend, a
What part of
footprint. That's all I have for you, man. I don't got nothing else to say, man. Unless you got anything else you want to say, I don't got nothing else to say. Like I said, man, you do great work, and I mean, I'm gonna take some of that new buck off you soon.
All right, man. I'll be with you, Dre. Now, if you want to do the sewing or whatever, man, just hit me up, man. I'll be any like for my people, like my close people, man. You can just hit. I'm gonna pick up. I'm
right?
gonna pick up.
I
Well,
will, man.
we appreciate that. It was a pleasure speaking to you, Footprints, man. Pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It was a
Yo,
blessing.
thanks.
A footprints. You're
Yeah.
more welcome to come back on the show another time if you like.
Okay, man. Thank y'all for all them questions too, man. That was dope, man. It's probably my second show or something like that. So I really appreciate
Oh,
y'all.
All right,
yeah.
we appreciate you too, man, for showing support, man.
Absolutely, man.
All
All
right.
right, Foot. You can hang up.
All right, I'll check y'all later, man.
All
Hit
All
right,
me
right.
up.
later.
All right. Footprints just left. You know what I mean? It was great to have him on the show and everything like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to shut this down.
Yeah, let me see. I guess just hang up the phone. That's it.
Hang it up.
Just hang it up.
Yeah, you good.
All right, you going. You going. Okay, Footprints just left and everything like that. You know what I mean? It was a great show. You know what I mean? And Streets, you got anything to say before I close out the show?
Nah, man, good job as always, man. Always a pleasure, man. And again, I like to always thank our sponsor again. And thank you for sending me the merch, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Anybody need any merch, you can feel free to hit me up. You can send me an email at ANDRAE1128 at yahoo.com. Any work done as well. And if you got to give me a call, serious inquiries only, you can hit me up at 908-416-0970. If you want to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, I'll be coming out shortly with some more fine tutorials. You can subscribe to my channel, check out my latest work I do, AC Sneaker Restoration Main 1285. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. You can see my work I do on there as well at ANDRAECAPERS. Also, if you gotta hit me up on, if you want to see my work on IG or hit me up or message me or anything like that at ANDRAECAPERS. And also you can follow me on TikTok, AC Sneaker Restoration. That's all I got. That's all I have for you. It was a blessing seeing everybody out there. Anything you want to say before I close it out, Streets?
Peace out, Sneaker World. Always a blessing, man.
Peace.